Why do we feel compelled not just to succeed, but to be seen succeeding? We curate our lives online, sharing promotions, new cars, and exotic holidays, a highlight reel of triumphs. This isn't just about sharing good news, it's a deeper quest for validation. The ego craves proof that our efforts matter, that we're winning. Symbols like luxury watches and sprawling homes become our silent declarations of worth. We expect admiration in return, measuring our value by the visibility of our success. But is this pride or a defense against the chaos of life? We cling to these trophies to convince ourselves we're in control, that our destiny is self-made. Yet, when our identity fuses with our achievements, we risk losing touch with reality. This sets the stage for arrogance, a belief that our status is proof of our intrinsic superiority. The myth of meritocracy is seductive. It tells us the best naturally rise to the top. For the successful, it's a flattering story. Their wealth and status are deserved, proof of their superior qualities. They recall their hard work and risks, but often forget the privileges and luck that shaped their path. Psychologists call this the self-serving bias. We credit our wins to ourselves, blame losses on others. For those at the top, this bias becomes a worldview. They see themselves as sole authors of their fortune. The CEO believes he's fundamentally different from the janitor, not just in circumstance, but in character. This belief turns privilege into a badge of honor and justifies inequality. It's a comforting narrative, but it's incomplete. The myth of meritocracy is the cornerstone of achievement's arrogance. It blinds us to the complex web of luck and advantage behind every success. Our memories aren't objective. They're stories we edit to fit our self-image. The successful often polish their narratives, emphasizing struggle and triumph, downplaying luck and help. The self-made myth is powerful, but it omits foundational advantages. Media group. Family portrait in a cozy living room. Children playing in a safe suburban neighborhood. Handshake between two professionals, stock distribute equally. Supportive families. Safe neighborhoods. Key connections. Acknowledging these factors feels like diluting our own agency, so we focus on our talents and decisions. Over time, we start to believe our own press, that we pulled ourselves up by our bootstraps, even if we started with boots. This mindset makes it hard to empathize with those who struggle. We assume anyone can do what we did, ignoring the invisible scaffolding beneath our success. The rewritten story becomes a barrier to understanding others' realities. We forget that luck and circumstance play a role for everyone. This selective memory fuels the arrogance of achievement. It's not just a personal myth, it shapes how we see the world, and it keeps us from seeing why others might not reach the same heights. We obsess over winners, billionaires, champions, generals, studying their habits as if they hold the secret to success. This winner's gaze ignores the countless others who worked just as hard but didn't make it. We buy into the idea that certain behaviors guarantee victory, but that's a dangerously incomplete picture. The difference between winners and losers is often luck or hidden advantages, not just effort. By focusing only on the triumphant, we draw false conclusions about what causes success. The stories of the unsuccessful are invisible, making it easy to believe failure is a personal flaw. This blindness reinforces the arrogance of those at the top. They see their own story reflected in other winners and assume it's universal. The reality is far more complex and far less fair. Survivorship bias distorts our view of success. In WW2, engineers wanted to reinforce bombers where bullet holes clustered, until a statistician pointed out they were only seeing the planes that survived. We do the same with success stories. We study the survivors and ignore the silent majority who didn't make it. We idolize the billionaire dropout, forgetting the thousands who dropped out and failed. The stories of the non-survivors are silent, creating the illusion that success is common and formulaic. This bias comforts us, but it's a lie. Hard work and talent are just the entry fee. Winning also requires luck and timing. For the successful, this truth is hard to accept. It means their victory isn't solely their own. It means others, just as deserving, never got their break. Survivorship bias humbles us, if we let it. It reminds us that fortune, not just effort, shapes every outcome. And it challenges the myth that success is always earned. The higher we climb, the harder it becomes to see those below. Privilege insulates us, making others' struggles seem abstract or self-inflicted. Studies show the privileged are less empathetic, more self-focused. When you can solve problems with money, it's hard to imagine a life where options are limited. This empathy gap isn't always malicious, it's a byproduct of comfort. The privileged often blame others' hardship on poor choices, ignoring systemic barriers. This mindset rationalizes inequality and erodes compassion. It's one of the most corrosive effects of unchecked success. We want to believe the world is fair, that people get what they deserve. This just world fallacy comforts the successful, letting them see their fortune as a reward for virtue. But it has a dark side. If the world is just, then the suffering must deserve their fate. Poverty and hardship become personal failings, not products of circumstance. This belief absolves us of responsibility and justifies inequality. The successful feel morally superior, mistaking luck for justice. It numbs empathy and blinds us to structural barriers. The race is rigged, but the winners call it fair. The just world fallacy is a dangerous illusion. Success can breed a special kind of amnesia, the arrogance of a rival. From the summit, it's easy to forget the struggle, the doubt, the helping hands. Comfort replaces memory. The world becomes one of choice and control. The successful judge others by their current standards, forgetting their own learning curve. They lose patience for those still climbing, expecting instant competence. This disconnect breeds intolerance and erases humility. The story of the climb is edited out, replaced by the myth of always belonging at the top. In losing touch with the struggle, we lose our bridge to empathy. True humility comes from remembering the climb. What's the antidote to the arrogance of achievement? Humility and gratitude. Humility isn't self-denial. It's honest recognition that success is a mix of effort, privilege, and luck. Gratitude means seeing the helping hands, the lucky breaks, the advantages we didn't earn. It shifts our focus from what we've accomplished to what we've been given. True maturity is holding two truths. We worked hard, and we were helped. Seeing the whole picture connects us to others and tempers pride with empathy. Acknowledging luck doesn't diminish achievement, it enriches it. It reminds us we're part of a larger story, not solitary heroes. With humility, we use our platform to lift others, not just ourselves. We can be proud of our success, without pretending we did it all alone.